Welcome back to the Derby Difference, the podcast that shares the people, the stories, and now the places that Derby Academy goes. I am coming to you live from the Foss Hotel in Iceland, where we just finished up a week-long trip. I'm here with Lauren Brooks, who was the mastermind behind the whole trip. We're really excited to tell you a little bit about what we did, all the places we saw, and also talk to some of the students. All right, so I'm here with Lauren Brooks. Really excited to talk about this trip. So talk to me about Iceland. Why Iceland? It's a pretty unique destination, not on maybe a lot of people's bucket list for vacation. So why did you choose Iceland for this group?
I would beg to differ. I feel like it's on so many people's bucket lists, and I think it's been on one of mine for so long. So I think selfish reasons, I wanted to go. So if they say, "Hey, you're doing a trip, where would you go?" It was naturally Iceland. It was the first thing on my list.
Yeah, I talked to so many people that had said it's the coolest experience, and
So cool.
I will double down on that.
Yeah.
It was the experience of the lifetime. We will talk to a lot of kids about their experiences and what they did and what they liked, but amazing pick. Totally nailed it with this pick.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful country. The people are amazing. It's safe, it's clean, has so many things that I wish we would pick up in our country. It's such a great educational piece too, with the geothermal energy, the wonders of the whole country, the beautiful things that we got to see, how you go from so many different climates on our trip. When we worked our way across, we got to see so many different things. And I think it's just such a unique experience and one that these kids will take with them forever.
For sure. Okay, so for families that maybe don't know about this educational experience or haven't heard about this program, tell them a little bit about what you hope to accomplish with this program, why you took students to Iceland. Tell me a little bit about the program sort of holistically.
So it's basically Mrs. LaSala, Deb LaSala, started this trip years ago when she first came. And I went with her to Montana and I loved it so much. I love the adventure aspect of it. She and I share a love of adventure, rafting, hiking, biking, everything. So being as I like to stay active and I like to promote lifelong physical fitness, I think that component is something that's driving it. I also love to travel and I want to kind of spark an interest in travel for these young ones. Most of them do travel already, but I do think that seeing different countries, different cultures, different experiences kind of opens your eyes to the world. I decided to rotate it between national parks, which I love to go to and I want to see as many as I can, and international/non-contiguous states, just because I wanted to expand it a little bit more. But everything is based around adventure, exposure, and lifelong fitness.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think some of the kids were maybe a little surprised with how much hiking and how much physical activity we did on the trip.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a perfect balance between the leisure time and the sightseeing and the activity time, because that was pretty high.
We jam it a lot in the first couple of days for a good reason, because they have the most energy in the beginning. And then towards the end, we do the cultural pieces. Today, we went to the Wonders of Iceland Museum. It was beautiful because we had seen all the things in real life and we were on the glacier spelunking down into the ice cave and doing that. And you saw it on the screen. And we went to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge and the kids got to see it on the screen. And we were like, we were there. and then as they were, settling down and exploring these in the museum, we made it to the planetarium and everybody was zonked out during the show. It was like a little nap time there. So it's nice to have this gradual kind of slow down of the trip as you're getting to the end, because it's exactly where you need it. So the pace of it is definitely perfect for this age group and this type of trip for sure.
Perfect for this age group, maybe not perfect for the chaperones. I know there are a few of us that were hurting, but we made it through the trip. We're all still standing.
Yeah, you're catching me on the podcast after a full week, so I'm sure I look fantastic right now.
We all do. So thinking back to the trip, sort of holistically, what was your favorite moment of the trip? If you could just pick one moment out of all the amazing moments we had, what would you think? What would you say your favorite moment was?
Man, this is a tough one because there were so many pieces, but I just think the scenery on some of those drives, the times when you're not structured and going to a specific place, you're like, oh, I know I'm going to be seeing this. I know I'm doing this, and you get out there and you're like, here it is, and here's all the history. But while we were driving, and I know this may not be everybody's favorite part, but as you're driving and you're seeing things, our guide artist who lives here, who's lived here her whole life since she, I think, came here at 13 from Scotland, she was narrating and telling us the history of different sites, and sometimes, you know, very devastating past with the eruptions, and like one town was completely abandoned because of it. But the sheer amount of knowledge that was coming out of that woman, and she just kept going with it and filling us with stuff. I was enthralled and I was learning so much. And for the kids that were really interested, and when you think they're not listening, and then afterwards they were listening to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not listening. They're so tired. They're not listening. And then afterwards they're talking to her about what she was just talking about. And I think being a teacher, we're always interested in learning and growing. And I think for those kids that come here, and it's not just a vacation, it is an educational piece as well. And I think they really took that and ran with it. And I think that's my favorite part. But if I had to choose a place that was my favorite, I thought, even though it was very cold, the rafting was so fun.
It was very fun.
It was very fun. I think the kids liked it. And then I was so surprised at the amount of kids that decided to do the cliff jump.
Yeah.
We all did it, and I was kind of surprised. We were told not to like throw our arms out, but
I did. Yeah.
he threw his arms out, so he felt a little sore afterwards. But jumping in that water, that ice cold glacial water, was an experience that I didn't think I was ever going to do, jumping off a cliff. But I think that was so special, and the rafting trip itself was just awesome. It was just
really
so
fun.
cool. So
yeah.
I think that was pretty fun. The glacier, that was awesome too, but another really cold day.
Yeah.
But I think we did so much that it's hard to pick just one.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I think my favorite moment was kind of like what you said at the beginning. These kids are all listening to artists talk all day, right? And you think they're going to be sick of it. And there was one moment where I came down to the lobby. And for those who can't see, there's this giant map of Iceland that we're kind of looking at in the background. And there were like 6 kids huddled around artists. And she was like pointing to different things. They were asking her different questions. And they were just still learning sort of off the clock.
Yeah.
And it was the cutest thing I've ever seen, because she's like such a sweet old lady. And there's these like 13-year-old boys standing over there asking her all these questions about, like, oh, we didn't get to visit this part of the country. What is this like? And she was, you know, totally pumped about their interest in her country, which was really cool to see.
She's been doing this for 10 years, and she's seen so many different groups come through. So she's ready for these peppering questions. And these kids are bringing the peppers. They're just throwing peppering her with questions every 5 seconds, but she is answering them. She's taking it with strides. And they're loving it. She's loving it. And I know they're upstairs right now filling out that special book for her. And they're like, can we buy her something tomorrow? We want to buy her a gift when we go shopping, which is just adorable. And it's another reason why I like taking this age group. They're just so sweet and thoughtful, and they just appreciate everything so much.
Absolutely. So in the future, you're obviously going to do this again. If a student or a family is feeling particularly nervous about either traveling internationally or traveling across the country, what would you say to them to calm their nerves and make them feel better about this trip?
Well, I would say talk to the families that have already gone. I've taken 2 of these trips successfully the past 2 years.
You haven't lost a child.
I haven't lost a child. And the kids come back and they had such a great time, so many great experiences. We have such responsible chaperones too. So it's great for me that when I put so much planning in, I mean, I've been planning this since last year. So it's great to have chaperones that you can just say, hey, these are your 8 kids. You're in charge of these 8 kids. And be able to trust them and know that these 8 kids are going to get back okay, and everything is going to be wonderful. We're also checking each other, and we're on top of things. Everybody has their own specialties too. If one person's focused on this, another person's focused on this. So we've got each other's backs, and we're always just making sure that we're getting the best experience for the kids. So I think talking to the other families who've already sent their kids, and I am always available for questions, and I'd be happy to answer. I think also I've been there for so long that hopefully I've earned the trust of many of these families
For sure you have.
with their kids. So I think that also plays a factor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just from a parent perspective, I'm looking at the WhatsApp message group that we started and the amount of pictures that they're receiving and the amount of updates that they're receiving. They're essentially getting an update every single hour of every single day, other than when the kids are sleeping. And some of the pictures that I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, I didn't know Rich was doing that with the kid. And so even as just a chaperone on the trip, I'm watching what other groups are doing and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And so they're just getting constant updates.
Yeah. And I think, right in the beginning too, I give them all my number and I was like, call me anytime. I will answer if you need to talk to your kid and you're not getting through. And parents have felt comfortable reaching out to me throughout each day. Hey, I haven't talked to my son. Can you please pass him the phone? Great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that constant communication is always there, and that trust and that relationship that we've built with the families. So I think that helps.
All right, this will be our last question because I know I want to get to some student experiences, and that will probably take a quite a bit of time. If you can sum up this trip in one sentence, what would you say?
Well, I would say that this trip has been a magical and eye-opening experience for everyone that was involved. Just the Norse mythology, that magic behind it, talking about fairies and trolls and learning all of that stuff and kind of tying that in. The curriculum, that piece that has been connected to what they've already learned, both through Aileen's, when she talked Nordic and Icelandic history, also with the geothermal energy and their STEM classes. All these kids that just did their future cities were like, the greenhouse, oh my goodness, I wish I had known that before. So I just see the wonder in their eyes. So I would say a magical and eye-opening experience for all. That's my sentence.
Love it. All right, so I am here with my first three guests after Miss Brooks. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Emma Hooks.
I'm Ainsley Byrne. I'm Kinsley Cutter.
And do you want to tell them what grade you're in?
I'm going into 8th grade.
I'm going into 8th grade. I'm going into 8th grade.
All right, so we've got three newly minted 8th graders. 2 out of the 3 of them were the stars of the entire trip. I'm not going to tell you who the 2 out of 3 were, but I can tell you that 2 out of the 3 were. And we wanted to get a little perspective on what went well on the trip, maybe what didn't go so well, and what their experience was like. So, it's getting past. All right, so Ainsley, do you want to go first? Tell me your favorite experience on the trip.
My favorite experience on the trip was horseback riding, because I thought it was really fun exploring Iceland and going off trails.
Emma, do you want to give us your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part of the trip was whitewater rafting because it was fun.
My favorite part of the trip was the sea baths, also known as the hot spring.
All right, and what do we do in the sea baths?
You soak. It's like a hot tub, or there's a cold plunge.
So there was hot tub, cold plunge,
sauna, or
steam
ocean.
Steam room.
And you could go
steam room.
right into the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, the place was unbelievable.
And a communal.
And it was made out of all rocks.
All rocks. That was really cool. So the geothermal heat pump was making it all warm, all the water warm, except for the ocean water and the cold plunge. Pretty sweet. Do you want to tell us more about whitewater rafting?
Yeah.
Why was that experience your favorite?
Because I thought it was a lot of fun. We got to share a boat with a bunch of our friends, and it was really good for teamwork because we had to all paddle together.
Whoa. But were you paddling or were you dancing?
I was the leader. I was telling everybody else to paddle.
And you were doing like a pretty sweet dance at the front of the boat.
Yeah.
You were doing some dancing
We were
too.
leaders together.
Yes.
Indeed.
Leaders
Teamwork.
together. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about horseback riding, where we went?
Okay.
Did we pick up any speed at any point? Did your group pick up some speed?
Yes. For our group, we started off like pretty slow for people that didn't know how to ride horses. And then we slowly got faster. And then there were certain points where we got to trot as a group. And that was really fun for people. And the best part, in my opinion, was seeing everybody get on their horses and struggling when the horses were trying to walk away.
Not everyone was as natural as I was on the horse. I don't know if you guys saw me, but they actually gave me a cowboy hat and were like, can you go wrangle some of those steer over there? And I went over on the horse. Did you guys see that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the trip.
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much for all of your opinions. Anything else you want to add about the trip that was exciting, or anything that maybe you didn't like about the trip?
Kinsley, do you want to add anything?
We had to do a lot of walking.
Oh, a lot of walking.
We saw a lot of waterfalls.
A lot of
That was
waterfalls.
cool.
Yeah, and you can add something. Go for it.
Also on the whitewater rafting trip, we got given the option to jump off was it a cliff? 21-foot cliff, and it was really fun. But
Did
it was
you go off?
cold. Yeah.
It was.
I went twice.
You went twice? You weren't supposed to go twice.
The second time I landed on my butt.
Oh, tough one. I landed directly on my hands, and my hands, I think, are still bothering me. I did it wrong. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So thank you, Kinsley, Emma, Ainsley, for joining me on the Derby Difference.
Perfect. Bye, Derby Difference.
All right. So we have a few more guests here. Do you want to introduce yourself, sir?
Hi, I'm Henry McDevitt.
And I'm Reagan Bridier.
Perfect. Do you want to tell them what grade you're in, where you're from?
I'm in 7th grade and I'm from Hingham.
I'm from 7th grade, and I'm also from Hingham.
But you're not 7th graders. You're 8th graders. You're done with your 7th grade year. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You did it.
Thank you.
You did it. Congratulations. So new 8th graders, and you're here in Iceland.
Yeah.
Tell me about what you thought you were going to get yourself into when you first found out it was Iceland.
Was kind of in the middle, because at first I was like, I am gonna slide down a glacier. And then I was also like, I didn't know that much about Iceland, which is one of the great things about this trip. It really helped me learn a lot about this really interesting place. But at first I was kind of just like, what's even in Iceland?
Similarly to Henry, I had mixed feelings because I had never been to Iceland myself, but I had family who had been there, but they went during the winter time, so they had a very different experience than what we had. So I was mainly just curious to see what we were actually going to do, what we were going to see, what our day would actually consist of.
Did it live up to expectations? Did you think that it was a successful trip?
I would say so.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay, great. Tell me about the most fun experience you had while in Iceland.
I would say the most fun experience I had was, it was either day 1 or day 2. We were all really tired. We had just gone on a 2-hour car ride to get here. I was not really excited. I was kind of angry and hangry. But then we got to this waterfall, and there's this big hike up to the top, and there's cows on the sides of a field, and we hiked up all of these steps, and we got to the top to see the most beautiful waterfall in the world with 2 rainbows going on it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And we got to run basically under the waterfall, and it was just really cool. I also learned that the waterproof shoes actually work.
All right, that's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, good to know. My shoes were not waterproof. My shoes got very wet, but that was a very fun waterfall. The rainbows were really pretty. My favorite part of the trip was probably going rafting with a bunch of kids that I wasn't that close with. So we got split up into groups, right? And my group, I only had one person that I was super close with, but it had a lot of kids in the grade below me. So I thought it was really fun to actually make bonds with people in the grade below me while doing these really fun activities like whitewater rafting or just running around, or even when we were in the airport and being together. I thought it helped you make connections. So now I know a lot of new 6th or 7th graders' names, and before I wouldn't have necessarily talked to them, but now I can walk up to them and I'm like, oh, how was your stay? How did you sleep? What's going on? It's really important. I think it's really cool.
What was the name of your group?
We were the Vikings.
Very nice.
And our leader was Miss Nalen.
Very nice. Your name?
We were the Knights who say, nee. Mr. Andrioli was our group leader.
Very nice. If you could sum up the Iceland trip in 1 sentence, give it to me.
I would say it was both a trip into a new world and refreshing from what I'm used to, I guess, and really fun.
Okay, good.
Okay. In one sentence, I would say it was very different than anything I had experienced before. And it was also really cool. It was like a different way to see things and to do things. I thought it was really cool.
Very nice. All right. Big thanks to Reagan and Henry for stopping by. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I'm here with some boys. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Jack. Hi, my name's Colin. Hi, my name's Luca.
Luca, do you want to tell me where you're from? What grade you're in?
I'm from Weymouth, and I'm in 6th grade.
No, you're not. You're in 7th grade.
Well,
you just graduated,
I'm
buddy.
in 7th grade now.
All right.
I'm from Hingham, and I am 7th grade.
I'm also from Hingham, and I'm also in 7th grade.
Perfect. Okay, so when Miss Brooks originally told you all that the trip was Iceland, what was your knee-jerk reaction to hearing that we're going to Iceland?
I was really excited, but I didn't know what was going to happen because I've never been there before, and I didn't know what it was going to be like.
And did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Colin,
I thought there's actually going to be ice.
was there no ice?
There's a little. I was really excited, and I knew I wanted to go.
Had you ever known anyone that had been to Iceland? Had you ever...
My orthodontist has went a couple times.
and he said it was
He
a good
said
time?
it was great, yeah.
All right, cool. Did you guys know anybody that had been to Iceland before?
No.
No?
A kid on my soccer team was like from there.
No way. And he lives in Hingham now?
I don't know where he lives.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how is he on your soccer team?
Well, it was on my club soccer team.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Mhm.
Perfect. And so what was the highlight of the trip for you, Jack? What did you like the most?
I love the whitewater rafting. I think that was really fun. I also liked the horseback riding, but I didn't know I was going to be like okay at it. I thought it was going to be like terrible.
Were you good at it?
I was fine. I could have been worse,
Are
but
you going to move to Montana and be a horse wrangler?
it's probably not, but
But
if I'm forced to, sure.
Okay. All right. I don't think anybody's going to force you to do that.
I liked the horseback riding and whitewater rafting.
Yep.
I thought it was going to be worse, but I was actually better than I thought.
Okay. Luca, highlight of the trip?
I liked whitewater rafting.
So what was about whitewater rafting that was so exciting for you guys?
I liked the rapids.
The rapids were pretty
Yeah.
fun. Did anybody fall off? Anybody fall in?
I fell in once.
You fell in once? You got pushed in?
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Any other highlights from the trip that you want to talk about?
I like the glacier walk. I think that was really fun. I think our guide knew what he was doing, which was good.
Yeah.
I also liked going.
Pavel.
Yeah.
Pavel.
that-
That guy
yeah,
knew it.
him. I liked going into like the glacier hole, which was really
The
cool.
cave, yeah, the ice
And how
cave.
like blue the ice was, and I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like white, like it usually ice is, but I thought that was really different, and you don't see that in Massachusetts.
No, absolutely not.
Never.
What about the accommodations while you were here? What would you say about the accommodations? The hotels, the food,
I think the
all of it?
hotels I think they were good. I think they were in a good spot. So all the places that we went to were fairly close to each of them. Because if we stayed in one hotel, it would be hard to get to places
Sure.
that we didn't go to. I think the food was all different. There was different places that had different foods. It wasn't like the same food.
What about your favorite meal that we were here?
So I think it's probably the chicken.
The chicken tonight? Yeah, that was pretty
I
good.
was really good.
Yep. Colin, any favorite meals from the trip?
Probably the grilled chicken, and then I liked the cod.
The cod that we had the other night was
Mhm.
money. Yep. Luca, any favorites from the trip?
My favorite meal was definitely the cod.
The cod?
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Really,
it was
really good.
really good.
Was there anything that surprised you about the trip? Anything that you were totally not expecting and then it happened?
I wasn't expecting to do glacier.
Yeah,
That was surprising.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
Right? So cool. Anything from you, Colin? Anything that you were not expecting?
I didn't expect that like a volcano erupted like in 2023.
Yeah.
I thought it was like in 2001.
Yeah. I thought the lava cave walk that we did, I thought that was one of my favorite parts when they did the total darkness and they turned off all the lights that were in the cave and it was just completely silent, completely dark. That was crazy. I've never been in complete dark like that before. That was a little freaky, little cool. but a totally awesome experience. Anything you weren't expecting?
I think when we went to the glaciers, the Blue Lagoon glaciers, I didn't expect them to be that big. And I also didn't expect one of them to like, fall over and like flip on its other side, which was really cool.
Yeah, what was that beach called? It was called Diamond Beach
Yeah,
because
Diamond
all
Beach,
the ice looked like
all the
diamonds.
ice was like on the beach and it was just all looked like diamonds. It was really cool. But yeah, I didn't know that was going to be like, look like that.
Very
It was
cool.
the same for the glacier. I didn't know it was going to be like big.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for filling me in on your trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we are here with a few newly minted 7th graders that are here in Iceland. So do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Amelia. I'm Emily. I'm Gabby.
Perfect. You can actually just pass the microphone to them.
Perfect.
Yeah. But well, not now because it's your turn to talk.
Okay.
All right. So tell me about your Iceland trip. Give me the first word that comes to your mind as this trip wraps up. The first word about this trip.
Exciting. So I was gonna say, independence.
Ooh, nice one.
Bonding.
Bonding. Okay. So tell me why it was bonding, Gabby.
The first word that I chose was bonding, is because we got a lot of time to spend with each other with hotels and dinners and stuff. So we got a lot of chances to get to know each other more.
Perfect. What were some of the bonding things that you did on the bus?
We played games. We were playing imposter and stuff with not only our friend group, with other people too that we're not normally at school at recess hang out with, kind of.
And what was the song of the trip that was on repeat? Because you were singing it the whole time.
Lush Life.
Oh, Lush Life. Okay. So you chose the word independence. Tell me why you chose that, Emily.
Because I feel like we're doing a lot by ourselves. Like if I was with my family, I feel like they'd be helping me, but I'm packing my bags and doing all the stuff in a hotel room with my friends instead of my family.
All right, Amelia, you said
Exciting.
the word exciting. What was the most exciting part of this trip?
Just like leading up to all the stuff, going on the bus, go see a waterfall or go rafting, like so cool. And we've never done anything like this before. It's just really cool and different.
Have you traveled to Iceland before? Have any of you traveled to Iceland before? Was this the first time?
Yeah.
Do you know people that have been to Iceland?
My parents.
Your parents went to Iceland?
My uncle and aunt.
Very cool. And so when Miss Brooks had originally said, we're going to Iceland, what was your knee-jerk reaction? What was the first thing you thought? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you not that excited?
I thought it was going to be like a cool experience because I knew there was like a lot of cool things like waterfalls and glaciers and stuff like that.
Very nice.
I was really excited, but I was also kind of nervous because it was the first time traveling without my parents, and we were going to Europe, and it was the first time I've been in Europe before. So, I was looking at the itinerary, and I was so excited for all the different things that we're doing because I've never seen a lot of them before.
And so you made it through the week. You survived. What was like sort of one hiccup that you had in the trip? What was something that was unexpected or something that maybe wasn't the best?
I'm starting.
I mean, this is good when it's silence because it seems like it was a pretty good trip.
Yeah, it was bad.
So there weren't any hiccups? None at all?
I'll go. I feel like the food was like a little bit different than what we usually have. And I'm not like a really picky eater, but it's just like it tasted a little bit different. You know what I mean? But it wasn't that. It was just different. For me, what's happening right now, a lot of stuff's not fitting in my bag because I bought a lot of souvenirs and it's like not fitting.
Okay.
I actually had a good trip. I don't have anything
hiccups?
besides
Being
like
roped
the
into the
food.
Derby difference at the last minute when you weren't totally prepared
In
to
our
get on it.
pajamas.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Well, thank you 3 for joining me. We really appreciate it. Overall, good trip. Thumbs up.
Yes.
All right. Very nice.
Getting started for the Derby Difference podcast.
Oh, so loud.